Okay, so, okay. So, it seems everything is working. So, welcome, hello, goedemorgen. Let's see if somebody's joining. Let's wait 1 or 2 minutes. I hope the microphone is working well. Let's wait 1 more minute and then we are starting. Okay, so welcome to this fourth live session. In this session I want to cover verb conjugation in Dutch and simple sentence formation. So if you remember in the first, second and third live sessions we went through the articles het and de. I had basically a list of words, of common words, and we tried to decide whether to use het or de, working on the dictionary as well. If you remember, we have that most of the words are to be used with the article de, and just a few ones, just maybe 1/3 of the whole Dutch words, Dutch nouns, need the article het. But there isn't really, there are a few rules to understand this, but yeah, most situations you just need to learn and memorize the word together with its article. So then we looked at the plurals. We saw that most plurals have are formed adding the suffix en, whereas there is also a second group of plurals that from the singular just need to add an s at the end of the word. When, for example, the word ends by el, em, en, or er, or aar, in those situations the plural is formed by adding an s. And then we saw just also a few exceptions, like those that added a suffix like eren, or which were just a few words. So what I would like to do today again is to go through verb conjugation. Let's maybe say something. Yeah, yesterday I had a small lecture, a small class about this topic. As I maybe mentioned previously, I studied German a few years ago, so I found this topic very similar to what I studied in German, and this is probably why I don't know, I didn't find it very difficult. Let's say that there is mostly one group of verbs in Dutch, that is the verbs ending by en. Maybe Italian, French, Spanish learners will find this easier because we have different groups. Instead, on the other hand, in German, in Dutch, there is mostly one, that is those ending in en, and then there are the exceptions. So we will go through many verbs today ending by en, and then maybe also see a few exceptions. I want to work on the proper conjugation, so I, you, he, and so on, and then maybe work on sentences. This would be already a nice time to do this, because as we know, we cannot speak without verbs. Verbs is just the most important part of the speech, and without that, there is no speaking. Yeah? So, very good. If somebody has joined, I want to say hello. I've just started. I was just introducing the topic. Feel free to comment, to share any opinion, anything you may want. And I will find myself a position here Probably I will put myself here. Okay, so what can you see here? Here I have a Word document on the left I've prepared with different exercises for verb conjugation. And then I have always on the right a dictionary that in this case will help us both with translations and conjugations. So let's have a look. Here you can see, let's see, everything is working, yes. So we have exercise 1, conjugate the whole verb, the Dutch verb of course. So the first one is werken. We saw last sessions that the W is mostly pronounced like V, werken. And here we can see the personal pronouns. So ik, je, u, hij, wij, jullie, zij. What do these pronouns mean? Ik is I, je is you. This is the formal you, which is conjugated as the third person. Then there is he, or there is ze, in this case it's he or she. There is we, there's jullie, so we, jullie is you all. And ze, in this case, is they, so it looks like she, but it's conjugated differently. Let's also maybe say something else, that in Dutch I heard that there is a stressed pronoun and unstressed pronoun. I'm not going through this because I believe this is a topic to... it's a kind of nuance that you feel when you really speak the language or you are more used to the language. So I will just use these stressed forms, so they're called. Okay, so what should we do now? We have the verb in infinitive form, so which is the one ending by en. And the first thing we need to do is to find the stem, the root. So werk, it's the verb without en. And this will be the first one. Ik werk, je werkt, u werkt, hij werkt, wij werken, jullie werken, en zij werken. So, as you see, the ik form is just the root. The je, the u, the he in this situation is just adds a t. T, t, t to the root. And then the plurals, so the first person plural, the second person plural, and the third plural, just use the same form as in the infinitive. Let's have a look at it in the dictionary. Werken. Ja, ik werk, jij werkt, hij werkt, wij werken, jullie werken, zij werken. Okay. So, let's move forward. Lezen. In this case, we see that there is a Z, but in the stem there is an S. Ik lees, je leest, u leest, zij leest. In this case you see there is she, there is no he. Wij lezen, jullie lezen, en zij lezen. Let's check. Lezen. Lees, leest, leest, lezen, lezen, lezen. Okay. Here in this conjugation dictionary you can see that there are all the different forms. So just you are looking now at the present. Then in the future there will be room for the other conjugation tenses. Okay. So let's go on. Maken to lezen to read. Yeah. Maken to make. Now I think here we need to make maak. Ik maak. This is the stem. Jij maakt. You maakt. Het is it. Maakt. Wij maken. Jullie maken. Zij maken. So we saw when we exercised the lesson on the plurals, which was live session number 3, that there is a bit of playing in Dutch between one vowel, two vowels, two vowels, one vowel. There is the story of long sound that should be kept. I think this is maken. And so in the when the word is cut short, like this at the stem as the root, it becomes maak. So to keep this kind of long a. I'm not fully sure of this, but this is what I heard from my teacher, and maybe let's check it. Let's see what it says. Maken. Maak, maakt, maakt, maken, maken, maken. Okay. Zitten. This is to sit, but it's also used for position verbs, as position verbs. So I don't fully know. I mean, it can be to sit, like normally in English, but it's also used for something that is placed in a certain way, which is not what we will cover today. Maybe we will have a specific live session focusing on positioning verbs. Let's just see now that the stem ends in T, so it's zit, this is the stem. And so what happens here is that the singular forms are all the same. So, ik ziet, je ziet, u ziet, hij ziet. Basically, the story would be, this is the stem, and so the question would be why je or he or ze or het do not add a second T. Basically, because the sound is already there, this is what I understood, there is no need to have a double T. This is the story. So, ik ziet, je ziet, u ziet, hij ziet, wij zitten, jullie zitten, zij zitten. Now, maybe something else. I've heard that when a native speaker speaks, they don't pronounce the N, or they often don't pronounce that. I don't know, maybe a native speaker can say something about this. So it would be wij zitten, jullie zitten, zij zitten. This is what I've heard, but maybe I could be wrong. So, let's go on. Weten, this again is a verb that ends by T. I have the feeling that this one could double the E. Let's see, ik weet, je weet, you weet, zij weet, wij weten, jullie weten, zij weten. Good. Let's see. Yeah, again here there is this doubling of the vowel because it's weten, and so ik weet, to keep the sound long. Okay, so we finished exercise 1. This was, as we saw, it seems there is some kind of regularity. Of course, there would be also irregular verbs, exceptions, which is not what we are seeing for now. But these were rather regular forms, so not so hard. Yeah? Yeah. Let's see. So, if then somebody wants to comment or share an opinion or anything, that would be nice. As I said in the previous live sessions, this is something I am doing with the goal of sharing should boost motivation to do stuff. Indeed, there is quite some work to set up all the video, microphone, stream and everything, but I do like what could be a classroom environment. So my hope is that one day this could become something that is actually shared, and there is an actual exchange of people who are learning, who are studying this language, and there is an exchange of information and of knowledge. This would be nice. Okay. All right, so now we have second exercise. So now we need to conjugate the verb in the parentheses. Ik Netherlands. The verb is leren, which is learn. So here could be ik leer, because again, leren, the E is long. Let's see, leren. Ja, ik leer Nederlands. I learn Dutch. Je leest een boek. This we saw earlier. Je leest een boek, you read a book. Wij fietsen naar Amsterdam. Fietsen is to bike, to ride a bike. We saw it in the words in the second live sessions, I believe. Wij fietsen naar Amsterdam. We bike to Amsterdam. Hij werkt in Utrecht. He works in Utrecht. You. Okay, this one changes a bit. Schrijft. So, if you remember, SCH is sch. And then we have I and J, which I didn't write. It should be like this. I and J, which makes e. The V becomes an F, and T at the end of this person. Schrijft. Let's check it. Schrijven. Schrijven. Yeah, schrijft. This is also an exercise that Duolingo works a lot on. So who practices on Duolingo has seen this maybe quite a bit already. Jullie drinken elke dag koffie. You all drink coffee every day. Each day, elke dag. Het kind zit op de stoel. The kind sits on the chair. So let's see if you remember, stool goes with de, yeah? Whereas kind goes with het. So kind is a neuter word and stool is either masculine or feminine word. Okay, let's move forward. Ze. Now, they could be she or they, but we have haar here, so we understand that it's she. Ze denkt veel over haar studie. So what does this say? She thinks a lot over or about her study. So this is what tells us that we need to use the verb conjugated for she. Ik maak een taart. This is what we saw earlier. Yeah, ik maak. And I think is de taart is the cake. A cake, yeah. De studenten helpen de docent. Je weet het antwoord. So, yeah, je weet. De studenten helpen, so they help the lecturer. Je weet the answer. You know the answer. We lopen naar het park. We go to the park. Okay, so let's see if anybody has questions. Please ask them, or maybe you can add later any comments. That would also be fine. I've also started using recently Reddit. I saw that there are some nice communities there that are used to learn Dutch. There are people at different levels. I hope that some people from those channels will join and yeah, will enjoy this or comment or say anything. I am planning also to possibly adapt what I'm doing, so adapt the topics to also what people would like to see. following a certain order, because as you know, I'm a learner like you, I'm a student like you, so it's not that I can see something too advanced, but that would be nice, yeah, to make the content more shareable and enjoyable for anyone. Okay. Let's move forward. Now, we have the demonstratives plus a verb. So, the demonstrative story is the following. We have those are those that are this, that, those, and these in English. In Dutch, we have that for the neuter, it is dit and dat. So dit is this, close to me. Dat is that, far from me. When I'm speaking about the neuter thing. Deze and die is the same when I'm talking about any other word. Okay? So this is mostly what it is. I just want to check because there is something else, but I don't remember it. I don't think it's for the plurals or what. Let's see. It's a good time to revise the story for me as well. So, yeah, the plural. Okay, so here's the story. Okay, let's see if everything is working correctly. Yes. So, dit and dat is used for neuter nouns at the singular form. These two, diese, deze, and die, are used, on the other hand, for masculine, feminine at the singular and at the plural, but also neuter words at the plural. So basically, these two are those used for neuter as singular. Then these are those that are used all the rest of the times. Dit is something next to me. Dat is far from me. Deze is next to me, and die is far from me. Let me check once again that I'm not saying anything wrong, because this can be a bit confusing. So, okay. Yeah, deze is for something next to me, and die is for something far from me. Good. Okay, everything shut down. Let's see. All right, so let's have a look at that. If I'm going too fast or I'm going too slow, just let me know, and I can adapt my speed according to what you would like to see. Okay, dit boek is interessant. Why dit? Because it's het boek. Allora, hezen is plural. I think we can use die. Die hezen zijn groot. So this says that those houses are big. Fiets nieuw. Okay, so fiets, we don't know whether it is neuter or not. Let's see. Fiets. You remember it's bicycle fiets, but we need to check first. Yeah, the fiets. Okay. So we can use deze fiets is nieuw. There are some sentences with sein, which is the verb to be, which I haven't covered yet, but let's just move along. Bloemen, mooi. Mooi is beautiful, bloemen is flowers. We can say then that die bloemen zijn mooi. Meisje, Nederlands. meisje is neuter, so het meisje. Dit meisje leert Nederlands. Leren, we saw it earlier, no? No, it was lezen. Okay. Gut. Liggen. Scholen in Amsterdam. Okay, this says that there are like many schools. There are schools in Amsterdam, I suppose. Or these schools are in Amsterdam. So we can say die Scholen liggen in Amsterdam. These schools are in Amsterdam. Those schools are in Amsterdam. Hond graag. This says that this wants to say that the dog likes to walk or to wander around. So we have de hond. So we have deze, this dog wandelt graag. Graag. This is very hard to say. It's one form to say that he likes, so appreciates. Deze hond wandelt graag. Okay, gebouw, we saw it is building and is het. So, dit gebouw is oud. This building is old. We saw that it was de auto, so we have, this is a plural, so we use die. Die Autos zijn snel. So those autos, or we can also use dit autos. Yeah, because for the, no, this, die is correct. Die Autos zijn snel. Okay. Stoel. Stoel is, let's check. It should be de stoel. Yeah. So de stoel. So we can say deze stoel is kapot. This chair is broken. Kinderen, so it's plural, children. Buiten. Buiten means outside. So we have die Kinderen spelen buiten. The kinderen play outside. The children play outside. Okay, so let's see. I hope that this is working. I see that it's giving me some kind of error. I have an error here saying that it's not working. Okay, no, yeah, it's kind of working, but there is not enough FPS. Well, I can't do much about that. So maybe let me check this for a moment. I want to check what is going on YouTube, if I can see it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it seems that it's working correctly. Maybe it's not. Okay, it seems that it's working. Yeah, it's not a perfect. There is some lag, but that's fine. Good. All right, let's check again just for to be sure. As I said, this D dot can be a bit confusing because it's words that are similar to English. So let's see. Yeah. So we have dit has dat gebouw. So dit when something singular neutral, dat when singular neutral. And then in the other situations we have deze and die if it's close or if it's far. Okay, good. Let me see, I have to open this one again. Yeah. Okay. Here. I don't know where to put myself. Here. Now, complete the sentences using the correct conjugated verb. Dat huis is erg groot. So that house is seriously or very big. Deze studenten studeren Nederlands. So we have these students learn Netherlands, Dutch. Dit boek ligt op de tafel. That book is on the table. Die vrouw werkt in een ziekenhuis. Die vrouw werkt. Yeah, die it's saying that it's far. Yeah, because it would be deze for near and die for far. Deze kat is like this cat zit op de bank. This means that she works in that woman works in a hospital. This cat sits on a bench. Dat gebouw. Staan is again a position verb that we will see later. Could be staat. Dat gebouw staat in het centrum. But I need to check it. Staan. Let's see. Yeah, staat. And the stem is sta. It's a bit irregular. Okay. De jongens spelen voetbal. The boys play football. Dit meisje. So dit is this. This girl leest graag boeken. This girl likes to read books. Deze computer, so this computer werkt goed. This computer works well. Dat kind helpt zijn moeder. The child helps his mother. Let's just check helpen. It should be help, helped, helped, helpen. Yeah, help, helped, helped, helpen. Yeah, good. All right, so this ends exercise 4. I will stop for a moment. Maybe somebody has questions, wants to read this. I will give it a time. As you see, it seems that most verbs are regular. Just a few ones look irregular, like now we saw stan. Ik sta, je staat, hij staat, wij staan, jullie staan, and zij staan. And a similar one is to go, which is gaan. I think it's ik ga, je gaat, hij gaat, wij gaan, jullie gaan, zij gaan. So, as often happens in languages, it's true that there are irregular forms of verbs, but there are also trends in irregular verbs. So there are some groups of irregular verbs that are conjugated similarly. Good. Let's move on. Make yes or no question, or write each sentence as a question. Example, hij leest een boek. Leest hij een boek? So what we see here is that there is an inversion of the verb, and there will also be something here, as you see. Je schrijft een brief. We say schrijf. Oh mine. Here. Schrijf je een brief. So what happens is that at the second singular person, so you, yeah, the T drops in a question. Schrijf. Schrijf je een brief? Wij wonen in Nederland. Wonen wij in Nederland? Just to say that this is a letter. So, do you write a letter? Do we live in the Netherlands? Wonen wij in Nederland? De kinderen spelen buiten. This was again the thing of outside. Yeah. Let's just check this buiten. Buiten. Outside, yeah. Binnen is inside, buiten is outside. De kinderen spelen buiten. Spelen de kinderen buiten? Oké. U werkt vandaag. Werkt u vandaag? This is the formal you. So do you work today? Werkt u vandaag? And remember that you in this case is conjugated as third person, so there is no T dropping. Werkt u vandaag? Zij maken koffie. This we see that it's they because it's conjugated as plural. Maken zij koffie? Do you make coffee? Het boek ligt op de tafel. Ligt het boek op de tafel? Does that book lay on the table? Deze student, so deze we said that is close. Deze is close, die is far. Deze student leert Nederlands. Leert deze student Nederlands? Does this student learn Dutch? Die hond sloopt snel. So that dog walks fast. Loopt die hond snel? So as you see, it's just inverting. We just need to invert the verb. In English, there would be an auxiliary form like do or does, did, or whatever. In German, in Dutch, it's just this inversion. Loopt die hond snel? Ik begrijp de oefening. Okay, so this one is a bit hard. Ik begrijp is I get or I understand, I think. De oefening, this one I don't know. What is oefening? The opening. I know the exercise. Huh. Okay. So begrijpen zij de oefening? Do you understand? No. Begrijpen jullie de oefening? Do you all understand the exercise? Begrijp ik de oefening? Dat meisje zit naast mij. So that girl sit next to me. Zit dat meisje naast mij? Does that girl sit next to me? So we saw in this lesson that there were some haar, mij, mine. These are the pronouns. It's possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives as well, and personal pronouns, indirect pronouns. I will probably make a live session next, in one of the future sessions on this. Zit dat meisje naast mij? Okay, so this ends exercise number 5 about yes and no questions. Schrijf je een brief? Wonen wij in Nederland? Spelen de kinderen buiten? Werkt u vandaag? Maken zij koffie? Ligt het boek op de tafel? Leert deze student Nederlands? Loopt die hond snel? Begrijp ik de oefening? Zit dat meisje naast mij? Just remember that OE is U, and it's giving me some trouble to say it, yeah, because it sounds E. But yeah, it gives me in my mind to say E, but no, it's U. Okay, so. If somebody wants to say something about this exercise, about how I'm going through them, or anything, comments, opinions, reviews, feedbacks, I'm here. I would be glad to see these comments. Also, I haven't decided yet on a fixed time to have this. Maybe people are working right now, and the best would be to have this in the evenings, and I'm open to do this. So I don't know, actually. I've just started using Reddit, and I don't know what where most people come from on Reddit. I don't know if it's from America, from Europe, from Asia, from wherever, I don't know. So it would be interesting to know this, just to adapt the time schedule, to have a time that would work for different continents. So I'm open to hear about this, to hear about changings to make, about timing and so on. Just let me know whenever you want, wherever you want. Good. I think this is the last one we are left with. Yeah, exercise 7. So we have 2 more. Put the words in the correct order. So let's see. Morgen wij werken thuis. Morgen werken wij thuis. So this is tomorrow we work at home. So the story is that here, I think, I'm not sure, this is a time adverb, tomorrow, and it takes the first position in the sentence, so the second position must be always the verb in main clauses, and then after that we need the subject. So morgen werken wij thuis, at home. I hope I'm saying this correctly. Thuis. It's a bit strange. Thuis. Okay. Dit meisje leest een boek. This means this girl reads a book. Hope it is showing well. No, it's not showing well. Let me just do this. Okay. Like this, you should be able to see the sentences. Good. Let's move on. Okay. Vanavond, deze studenten studeren Nederlands. Vanavond, so this evening. Vanavond studeren deze studenten Nederlands. So this evening, this is a time adverb. So afterwards we have the verb studeren, studeren. These students Dutch. Yeah? This evening, the students study Dutch. Fietsen naar school elke dag, zij. Zij, so zij fietsen naar school elke dag. They bike to school every day. Or I think it could also be said elke dag, every day, fietsen zij naar school. I think both are fine. If there is somebody that's more advanced than me or any native speaker who could say something about this, it would be interesting. Zij fietsen naar school elke dag. Elke dag fietsen zij naar school. Good. Every day they bike to school. Yeah? Okay. Dat ligt boek op tafel. So, dat boek, so that book, ligt op de tafel, on the table. That book lays on the table. Vandaag werkt u niet. This one is just correct as it is. Vandaag werkt u niet. Today you do not work. So again, there is a time adverb, and then it's followed by a verb, and this is the formal you. Die kinderen buiten spelen. Die kinderen spelen buiten. Well, we already seen this 7,000 times, so I think you also understood it. Everybody got it already. It's so many times we saw it. Lees de krant elke ochtend. Okay, so elke ochtend, every night, I think. Well, yeah. Elke ochtend leest hij de krant. Or hij leest de krant elke ochtend. Let's check what is this ochtend. Morning, sorry. It's not night, it's morning. Yeah, so morgen is tomorrow and ochtend is morning. Yeah. Elke ochtend leest hij de krant. Hij leest de krant elke ochtend. I think both are fine. Yeah. Okay. Maybe so we could ask the question, lees je de krant elke ochtend? Elke ochtend lees je de krant? Do you read the newspaper every day, every morning? And you could try to answer in the comments, yeah? So this was exercise 6, the word order. The word order is slightly different than English. Maybe when the sentence gets longer, it's more visible. But yeah, the word order is slightly different, so this can cause some trouble when one is trying to speak. But I believe people will understand you even if you swap a little the word order. That is not like priority. Let's see. But if anybody thinks it differently, well, let me know. Okay. Final, mixed review. Fill in both the demonstrative and the correct verb form. Hund in the tent. So, the dog in the garden. Hund is not neuter, so we can say die Hund loopt in the tent. That dog walks in the garden. Die Bücher sind interessant. Those books are interesting. Yeah, or we could also say diese. Diese Bücher sind interessant, or die Bücher sind interessant. Dit huis, so this house, is heel oud. This house is very old. Studenten. Studenten is plural, so we can say die or deze. Studenten, these students, leren Nederlands. Auto is masculine or feminine, not neuter, so we have deze, this auto. Okay, this is reden, this is riding, drives. We haven't seen it. Probably this is a bit irregular. Reden. Let's see. No, it's okay. Red. So red. Deze Auto red snel. This auto drives fast. Blumen rot. So die Blumen, those flowers, zijn rot, are red. Dat kind, that child, zit op een stoel. Sits on a table, on a chair. Scholen. So die scholen, those schools, liggen in the stad. So are in the city, are positioned in the city. Schrijven. Dit vrouw, well, maybe said better that woman, schrijft een brief. That woman writes a letter. Gebouw naast het station. Dat gebouw, so that building is neuter. Oh wait, here I made a mistake. This is die Frau, yeah, because it's feminine, so it's not neuter. Gebouw is neuter, so dat gebouw, that building. Staan, we said is staat, naast het station. So, yeah, good. Yeah, so staan and where is it? Liggen, these are position verbs, and I want to make a full exercise lecture session on this, because for me, at least, they're very hard to understand when to use which. Maybe it's not difficult to conjugate them, but to understand which one to use when, it's difficult. Because they could all be substituted by the verb to be. So one really needs to understand how each word, how each verb works in its head in order to use them properly. Good, and here we are. This was the last one on this session about demonstratives, conjugation, and simple sentence formation. We have seen many things. We have seen how to conjugate verbs. We saw that we need to find the root. It's called stem. So the letters without an from the infinitive, like trinken is trink, then that will be ik drink. And then we need to add a T for the next one. Je trinkt, he trinkt, ze trinkt, het trinkt, u drinkt. And then for the plural persons, we have to go back to the infinitive. So, we trinken, jullie drinken, and ze trinken. Yeah? We saw that there are many regular verbs, but there are also some irregularities, and we will go on and see them in the future while we'll practice on sentences of different kind. I hope at a certain point somebody will join and interact actively, and yeah, give feedback or anything that comes through his mind about how to do this or what would be useful, because I'm pretty sure that there are some I'm pretty sure that there are people that are learning Dutch and they could use this resource. Yeah, I know that some people prefer learning like one-to-one, some people prefer learning on their own, but this is a language, so I believe it's important to find a way to communicate it eventually. Best would be to communicate it while studying and after studying. Yeah, so this I think would maximize the learning process. Yeah. So again, if you're interested in this, but maybe you couldn't join because this is your working time or you're sleeping or whatever other reason, just let me know and I will try to fix a more suitable time. And yeah, we have gotten to the end of this session. So just let me know in the comments how it was or anything to improve it, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Ja, goedendag.